So let's talk about respect and disrespect for a second. While I have been actively avoiding social media, any social media that promotes arguments, insults, being dismissive to one another, and so forth, I still see certain things. And at times I feel led to comment on certain things because I think what we are missing as a totality, as a species, is the realization that respect does not have to be earned. Let me say that again. Respect does not have to be earned. And people say this all the time, but I don't think they realize what they're saying when they say that respect has to be earned. There are certain levels of respect, right? I'm not going to respect a person who is poor for their opinion or perspective on being rich or wealthy. I'm not going to respect a person who is a habitual cheater in their relationships to be a person of integrity. I'm not going to respect a person who steals from people to be a person that I can trust around my things and around my possessions and around the things that I own, right? Your respect in certain areas requires you to prove yourself worthy of respect. That I understand. What I don't understand is human respect. And I think that's one of the things that we don't talk about enough. If I'm a human being, okay, and you're a human being, we both have how shall I say, we both have a right to be heard, to be listened to be able to express ourselves in the moment that is our moment to do so, right? But when people interrupt people, like you can literally look this up, right? Interruption is a sign of disrespect. If I don't actually care about what you're saying, then I'm just going to interrupt you and say what I want to say because I think that my thoughts are more important than your thoughts. That's what interruption is about, right? But when you respect a person for their humanity, listen to what I'm saying. When you respect a person for their humanity, I'm going to say it again. When you respect a person for their humanity, okay, you understand that they require, they need, they are worthy of the same respect that you want when you're speaking, when you're trying to express what you feel, when you're trying to express your thoughts. And when you disrespect that part of a person, the part that makes them what they are, Homo sapiens sapien, the thinking human, the thinking man, the thinking woman, right? When you respect their existence as a human being, you will listen to what they have to say. Unless you are fearful of what they have to say. And that's when the conversation shifts, right? Because if you're fearful of what a person is about to say, that means there is something in you, okay? There is something in you that believes that what that person is about to say is going to harm you in some way. Something is triggered inside of you that says, oh, they're about to say this, or oh, they're about to say that, or oh, they think like this, or oh, they think like that. I have to stop them before they get there, because I don't want that to bring up certain things in me that cause me to be dysregulated, that cause me to be overly emotional or volatile in my emotions, that cause me to become angry and lash out, that cause me to yell or to scream or to throw things or whatever it is, right? When we start to feel in the body, the nerves begin to rise, and the heat that forms in the gut and in the groin area, the root center or chakra area, the heat that begins to form in the heart area at times, right? That's when we have to question, why am I afraid? That should be the first question. Where there is anger, there is fear. Where there is anger, someone is trying to protect something. Where there is anger and someone is trying to protect something, there is insecurity. So when we are communicating with one another, could be in romantic or intimate relationships, could be parent to child, could be sibling to sibling, could be brother to brother, brother to sister, sister to sister, uncle to nephew, niece, whatever it is, whatever the relationship is. When anger enters the room, we are no longer in the realm of human respect. Because now we have overridden, right, that person's right to express themselves, right? The right of free speech, as we talk about in the United States. We have overridden that person's right to express themselves because we are afraid that what they're saying or what they're about to say is going to feel similar to something that we have experienced in the past. And yet we don't even know what the person is about to say because they haven't said it yet. They haven't said it yet. And so we interrupt because we want to nip it in the bud, because we want to avoid the emotion that is attached to what we think they will say. Don't that sound crazy? Let me avoid what I think might hurt me because I think they're going to say X, Y, and Z. We are making assumptions about a person's perspective, and we have not heard the words that they have said yet. Human respect requires patience. Human respect requires curiosity. Human respect requires emotional stability and awareness to know when I am feeling this, something is being triggered right now. Let me attune myself to whatever that thing is so that I am not placing that feeling, that responsibility, that judgment on someone who is not even involved with whatever it is that we felt in the past. We cannot respect another person until we first respect ourselves. And what I mean by that is, I have to respect what I feel, just like I have to respect what you feel. So it's impossible for me to respect what you feel If I am not giving my own feelings, my own emotions, my own thoughts, the space to be felt, to be thought, to be processed, to realize where they belong, where they don't belong, to forgive, to release, to let go. It doesn't matter what it is. There is a certain level of respect that all human beings deserve. All of us. All of us. That many of us have forgotten. Because the moment that we are speaking and someone interrupts us, now we have an issue. And why is that? You won't let me speak. Why you keep interrupting me? Trust me, I've been there. On both sides. So until we give ourselves the space, we will not ever be able to give another person the space. Until we give ourselves respect, we will not be able to give another respect. Until we understand and accept the fact that as human beings, we are incredibly unique. Until we accept that fact, we will not understand that the next person is incredibly unique, and therefore their perspective and the thoughts and the words that they have to say may not even be the same as what you think they're going to say based off something that you heard somebody else say. I need you to get this. I need you to understand this. Because I keep seeing it over and over and over. People do not have the ability. So many people don't have the ability to simply give human respect. I'm not telling you to respect the rapist. I'm not telling you to respect the murderer. I'm not telling you to respect a liar or a cheater. What I'm saying is, there's a reason why that person became a rapist, a murderer, a liar, a cheater, a thief, whatever it is. A human reason. This does not make any excuses for what they do. But it does say that there is a human reason. There is a seed that was planted in them at some point in time. There is something that they experienced that made them act out in that way because they didn't deal with what they needed to deal with on the inside. And when you respect even a rapist, a murderer, a liar, a cheater, a thief, from a human perspective, now you can understand why these things have happened. And in some cases, those people can be rehabilitated. In some cases, they cannot. Because it is still their responsibility. It's still up to them to deal with their shit. But the respect that is there, the human respect, the human imperfection, the respect of human imperfections that is there, gives that person a chance to deal with that thing. Because someone on this earth, another human being said, you shouldn't be thrown away. There's a reason you have experienced that. There's a reason that you did that. Psychological, emotional, biological, physiological, hormonal. We can go on and on and on. Spiritual, at the source of everything. The respect of human imperfections. The respect of humanity. This is what will transform, in my opinion, from my perspective and where I sit and what I've experienced. This is what, will transform our ability to communicate in general, not just online. It's easier to do these things online because we're not sitting in front of the person and feeling their aura and hearing their voice and looking at their face and understanding more, because there is more communicated when we are in person, in aura, right? But when we're just typing on a platform and we don't know this person from anywhere, it's easy to disrespect them because we don't even see them as real. We've never met them. We don't know their name half the time. We don't know their experiences. We don't know what they've learned. We don't know the lessons that they've had to pick up throughout life. We don't know the bullshit that they have had to experience and go through. We don't know that they were raped when they were 3 years old. We don't know that their parents were killed. We don't know that they went through the foster system. We don't know that they were homeless. We don't know what their situation was. We don't know what they've seen. We don't know. We don't know. Do me a favor, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I appreciate you. But if this video spoke to you in any way, I don't need you to do anything for me. I need you to sit with yourself today and really contemplate. Really contemplate what it means for you, not anyone else, but for you to be a human being. Really contemplate what it means for someone to disrespect your humanity. Your right to feel, your right to think, your right to experience. Think about what that means when someone disregards or dismisses your life experience. Think about what it means for you to do the same to someone else. Think about what it means for you to do that to yourself. To disregard or dismiss your own life experiences. Think about what it means to be human. To be capable of greatness, but also capable of inhumane and very destructive things. To be able to create and make beautiful art and innovate and invent things and all of the wonderful things that human ingenuity can do. But also to be able to tear down and break and destroy people. And after you've thought about that for a while, I want you to go out into the world and I want you to interact with people and remember that they are human. No matter if they are walking the streets with nothing or whether they're driving a Rolls Royce. We are human before we are anything else. Human. And maybe, just maybe, when we do that, people will be able to feel the love, the concern, the consideration, the care that should come from being a human being, because we're all capable of it. We're all capable of that love, that care, that consideration. That's why we all desire it. We all want to be loved. We all want to be cared for. We all want to be considered. When you go out into the world today, show someone that you care. It could be the smallest of ways. Show someone that they matter. Start at home. Start with yourself. Start with your children. Start with your parents. Start with your siblings. Start with your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, your grandparents. And then move out into the world. No matter what they look like, what their name is, whether they're being a horrible person or not, you still give them human respect. And when they do something wrong, you correct them in whatever way they need to be corrected. If they need to be physically restrained, then you have to physically restrain them, but you still respect them as a human. If they need to be talked to sternly, then you talk to them sternly, but as long as you respect them as a human. I've experienced way too many insults when I have come onto a post just to say something simple, but because I say it straightforward. No derogatory terms, no misogynistic terms, no offensive terms. I just say a thing. And now all automatically people are hurling insults. The respect of human imperfection. I don't know where I'm going to post this video, probably on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Threads at Carota Coffee. Follow me on Substack, Carota Coffee. Follow me on Facebook, Carota Coffee. And we'll talk soon. Appreciate you.